Howard Richards, Mizzou football radio analyst. Good morning, Howard Richards.
Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Did they call up to the booth and say, do you want to get a couple snaps in?
We left at halftime. we had our stand-ins in now. Now it was for once, although it was I guess you'd say an inferior opponent. It was kind of nice to see both sides of the football playing pretty well.
Yeah. It was a good win. It was a good, healthy win. Got a lot of practice. Got a lot of reps. Now we turn our attention to LSU. What are your thoughts about this epic game this Saturday?
I think it's an opportunity for the program to sort of make a statement going into an extremely tough, iconic football venue. 100,000 people screaming loud, with playing against a team that has had a little bit of turmoil this week. It'll be interesting to see how the LSU players respond with the firing of Coach Les Miles. I mean, there's one school of thinking that they may rally around the new coach, Ed Orgeron, or they may just completely have lapses, because I think the team might be a little bit divided. There's so many guys that came in under Les Miles that are really sorry to see him go. So you just never know how these types of personnel changes, major personnel changes, can affect a group of young football players.
You're right. It's a you don't know if they're going to fall flat or if they're going to be so jacked that they come out flying around the ball. And Missouri has to be sort of cognizant that they're in a bit of a college football mecca, so they can't let the moment get too big for themselves.
No, that's the exact point that I wanted to make. They have to approach this football game like any other game. The preparation has to be the same. Naturally, there are things that you try to do throughout the week to sort of simulate what it's going to be like there, like pumping in artificial crowd noise. I think you can read about how the Tigers bring in multitude of speakers and line them up around the field and just jack the volume up. And you try to simulate a crowd so that your players can't actually hear. They'll have to use hand signals or some other version of nonverbal communication to communicate when you can't hear your quarterback calling your cadence. So you've got to be extremely alert, extremely focused, so that you don't have silly mental mistakes like jumping off sides when you can't hear the cadence by the quarterback. So those are the things that you have to do to stay focused in a game like this.
And Howard Richards, stay away from the gumbo until after the game.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, you must be talking about the players because I will certainly have my fill.
Yes.
Well, those LSU fans, right? I mean, you don't meet any nicer fans. If you share gumbo with them, they're your best friends for life.
Hey, just as long as there's no voodoo, I'm good with it.
Howard Richards missed the last quarter. He was running to the bathroom. He'll be back next quarter here on the Big 550 KTRS. Howard Richards, what time's the kickoff tomorrow? 6 o'clock?
6:30 p.m. Central. We're still on daylight time, right?
Yeah, sure. I've never really figured that out. 6:30 tomorrow, St. Louis time. We'll hear the entire call on the Big 550 KTRS with this man, Howard Richards. Howard, thanks for checking in. Have a good trip.
Sounds good. See you next week.
You got it. Couldn't be any nicer of him.